Alright everybody, welcome back to the third game of our first episode. Score is 1-1. Bioterra coming back with a vengeance in game 2 and really just crushing Aniketos.
He knew what to expect and he exploited it. Aniketos elected not to change up his strategy too much, which left him vulnerable to, basically it was like he had his playbook.
Yeah.
He took out the power farm early, eliminated the quick Razorback threat, got the anti-vehicle early game to completely destroy the Razorbacks, and game was pretty much downhill from there.
Yeah. I would expect Aniketos to start changing things up now.
The one thing I want to see him change is the Devastator Bolter and the Plasma Can squad. They're not quite doing it for him. I think his resources could be spent a little better, and in this case, a little different. You want to do something different to sort of set Bioterra off his preferred path.
Yeah, because you've got to assume Bioterra's doing the same thing now. The way it worked last game.
Exactly. But that kind of mindset is what got Aniketos in trouble in game 2.
True. That is why it's so much fun to be playing 3 games instead of 1 for this thing.
Absolutely.
All right, so let's unpause. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Unpause.
All right, so if you were to change up for Bioterra, what would you do?
I don't know. At this point, I think his 3 Guardian strat is actually working well. What it really comes down to is how successful is he in attacking the Space Marines power farm. And I don't know.
We saw in game 2 a large consolidation of forces by Aniketos, but away from the power farm, which really opened that up.
Yeah.
I expect Aniketos to be more ready for that this time. And he opens with the tack squad, so he's doing exactly what I wanted him to do, ignoring that Devastator Bolter, trying to play more conventional Space Marine play.
I was going to say maybe getting early warp throw gauntlets, which is something I love and something that's kind of annoys me. Bioterra is completely annoying. But, if Aniketos had gone for that initial Devastator squad, that warp throw would have just, completely invalidated it. But that apparently is not the case. And this Force Commander is ripping the Guardians apart. Somewhat expected there.
And he's got the tax to back him up there, so superiority of arms for Aniketos in that opening fight. However, Bioterra was able to cap the North victory point.
Well, you're a Space Marine player playing against an Eldar. Sort of got to expect that.
Absolutely. Bioterra with the initial power advantage. Aniketos, you have to build a power generator.
I think that's where the big difference between the Devastator squad and the Tac squad goes in. Last couple games we saw him with a full power farm before Bioterra did it.
He's got enough requisition to have the full power farm at this point. He must be going for a second Tac squad.
That might work.
If that's the case, then he'll be rocking early missile launchers to effectively counter early Falcons.
Yeah.
If that's what we see.
This task squad out in the open right now and is really having some trouble. Yeah, there it goes.
He's trying to get in close to melee the Guardian squad, which is good, but not in a situation where you've got 2 perimeter Guardian squads also shooting at you, because the one you're chasing is able to cut you around.
Yeah. Scouts are actually pretty good at that, I find. If they get into a melee with the Guardian squad, they just tend to tear it apart.
Yeah, that's just a testament to the
crappiness
the
of Guardians.
Yeah. I was trying to think of a way to say that right as to not upset our Eldar players, but you took it right away.
Guardians are great once you get to tier 2, once you get the battle gear upgrades, and once you get a Warlock. But before that, they sort of suck.
So, 2 tac squads out, then the first generator. Let's see how this works for Aniketos.
I have a feeling that these Guardian squads are all going to start dying very quickly.
He's going to get that grenade off on the generator, though. The one lonely generator that Aniketos did manage to squeak out.
Yeah, the second one gets triple teamed by 2 tac squads and a Force Commander.
I'm surprised he didn't take more losses than he